In security laws and capital markets, one of the chapter we have is collective investment schemes. Now before we understand this chapter, we should know why did the concept of collective investment scheme even come into picture. See, generally there were lot of these schemes which was not recognized by SEBI where investors were losing lot of money. So there used to be some schemes where they used to promise exorbitant return. They will tell you invest 10,000, will give back 50,000. Practically that is impossible. For any return on investment, the money should be invested in some kind of business, there should be some growth, and then only they can give you return. But lot of Indians used to get fooled by these schemes, and because of it many people lost lakhs and even crores of rupees. That is when all these Ponzi schemes was a big problem, and the SEBI came up with a wonderful solution, and that solution is the collective investment scheme. As the name goes, collective investment scheme, here what happens is there is one person who is having the knowledge of the markets. We call him or that company as the collective investment scheme manager. So all the different investors pool their money together. Let us say some 1,000 people give their money together, and all that money is pooled in one place, and that money is managed by a professional who is having the knowledge of the markets, and that person we call as collective investment scheme manager. And that is the easy and effective way to manage the money. The best part about collective investment scheme is the investors are protected. The people cannot cheat investors easily because the collective investment scheme is highly regulated. We have the collective investment scheme regulations and all the other regulations which SEBI has made, and this is directly under the SEBI. Because it is directly under SEBI, you cannot play around, you have to do as per the rules and regulations. And one good thing here is that we have collective investment management company. So this company manages the money, and they have three approaches. They will organize, operate and manage the scheme. This collective investment management company cannot do whatever they want. SEBI has given them clear instructions, clear details, what they can do, what they cannot do, and there are many things which we'll understand in detail in the chapter. But broadly what you should know and also write in exam is that they have to organize, operate and manage the scheme, and they will be responsible so that the investors will be protected. Please remember, the intention of SEBI is to protect investors, and don't forget the history. As I told you, there were a lot of schemes where investors used to lose money. So the collective investment scheme, this whole concept is the answer to all these Ponzi schemes and all these fraudulent schemes. So that is why this company, the collective investment management company, will manage it, and they are highly regulated. As you know, in a company we say that the part of the share capital is share. So we say share is a share in the share capital. Same way in collective investment scheme, when you want to buy, you say we are buying units. Okay, we don't call it as a share, it is units. So all the people pool their assets together, and when you buy the units, you are getting the ownership. So that is how it works, and you will be getting all the information, whether it is the balance sheet, whether how the fund is performing. Every information should go to the investor, and this is again part of the collective investment scheme regulations which SEBI has given. Please remember, all the units have to be compulsorily registered on the stock exchange, and this is again as per the SEBI regulations which comes under the CIS regulations. So this collective investment schemes, what are they saying? Not only we should protect investors, but we should have that information. You cannot have a CIS without the listing on the stock exchange, and that makes this scheme very special and more importantly very safe for the investors. Now you may ask, what is the role of the company secretary? You have to ensure that the money which has been generated by this collective investment scheme should not cross the parameters which is given by the regulations, and this is your job as a company secretary to ensure the company is not breaching these limits. The best part about the scheme is the grievance redressal. That is, any investor has any problem, whether he's not got the information, the balance sheet, or he's want to sell his units, is not able to sell, we have the grievance redressal system, because please again go back to why the scheme came, to protect investors and to save them from all these Ponzi schemes and other fraudulent schemes. So we have the collective investment scheme itself. So the investor can first complain to that scheme, the scheme manager and the company which manages the scheme. Even if they are not providing solution, the investor has the right to go all the way to SEBI, and SEBI will definitely solve their problem. SEBI can even cancel the collective investment scheme company registration if they don't solve the problems of the investors, because the whole purpose and the intention of SEBI is to protect the investors and to encourage them to come to the capital markets. Because please remember that if you don't have people investing in markets, the markets will not grow. If everybody wants to simply go the traditional way of investing in bank, the economy will not grow, and collective investment scheme is one way where it is safe for the investor, and also SEBI has multiple protection. Now we will study the scheme in detail. As the name goes, we can understand some basics in this collective investment scheme. So what we need to know is that when we say collective investment scheme, as the common sense says, that most of the people will be contributing money together and they will be investing. This is a common sense. Just by the English meaning of the word we'll understand. Collective investment scheme. So people collect money together and invest, and that concept is collective investment scheme. But if you know only that much, that is not enough. We need to know in detail. So we call this as the collective investment scheme, or what we call as the CIS. Let us look at what is the meaning. So meaning of this is very, very important. Collective investment scheme means any scheme made or offered by any company. So the first thing we need to know is that a collective investment scheme is offered by a company. So who offers? Any company can offer this collective investment scheme. So further, which contribution payment made by investors are pooled and utilized for such scheme. So whatever money is collected by the investors, the company will utilize it under the scheme, and the conditions are very clear. They cannot use it for other purposes. Contribution or payment made by investors with a view to receive profits, income or produce. So please remember one thing, anything in investment, return of investment is what the investor is expecting. Now if you yourself, just you think, you are only going for a savings bank account, very simple savings bank account. First thing you'll expect is how much interest I will get. Let us say your parents or any of our relatives, they want to buy a house. So when you buy a house or a plot or a site, you are expecting some return. So anything which you invest, the primary thing which you are expecting is return. And in fact, if you don't expect return, it is a bad investment. So that is why we need to make sure that even in collective investment scheme, the objective is to give profit for the investors. But here we are doing it in a collective way. So contribution payment or property managed on behalf of the investors. So the company here is like the agent of the investors. So suppose we have around 1,000 investors. So these investors together will give the responsibility to manage that money to the company. So company acts like an agent. So it is managed on behalf of the investors. So all our 1,000 investors will feel safe because company has the knowledge on where the money can go. And the company who is giving a collective investment scheme should have experience of managing the money. Investors do not have to have a day-to-day control over the management. So that is one problem, but at the same time, it is very safe because you are giving it to the experts. Day to day, you cannot control. See, if you put money in a stock market, in a company, in your own name, you can control, you can buy, you can sell. There are so many websites, there are so many portals, like we have our Sharekhan, we have our PNB Paridas, we have Geojit. So there are so many, Reliance, there are so many more. So these stockbrokers will help you to buy and sell the shares or any other securities. When we say, I told 100 times I'm telling in this course, please remember, shares is one type of security, correct? Shares, scrips, bonds, debentures, all these are different kinds of security. Share is just one kind over there. So please remember, the contribution or payment should also be made by the investors, but they don't have the day-to-day control. So if you see here, they do not have the day-to-day control over the management and operations. Then you'll think, sir, why, if they don't have day-to-day control, why they're giving the money? See, you are giving money to an expert. So if you want to sell your, let us say, scooter or car, first option is you only find somebody, give it to a friend, or you can also put it down nowadays on OLX or something like that, some website. But it is easier to get the right buyer if you go through an agent, a person who is expert in that field. Same logic here. You want to put the money through a person who can help you get returns. That is why you don't have day-to-day control, but you have trust that that person has the knowledge. So that's how it works.